Thank you, Sarah. Yep, we're presenting TrainSim. My name is Daniel.
And my name is Retrieval-Augmented. But today we're going to go by Farmer Dan and Bob the Builder. And the theme is farmers working hard and yielding the harvest. So what is our opportunity then? What's the challenge?
So I have a friend, he's a server, and he has an opportunity. His opportunity is to work at an upscale restaurant with good pay, but his challenge is that he does not have a lot of time to cram in all the restaurant menu knowledge. So our hypothesis is that a GenAI tool will be able to help quickly train him, effectively simulating his work experience, and help boost his confidence, help him with his memory retention, and ultimately help him to become a better server. So can we see the menu?
Yes, let's take a look at that menu. It happens to be a dinner menu, right? Usual stuff: appetizer, soup, salad, menu items, ingredients, prices, which LLMs nowadays are crunching very well. So existing solutions, should we use it off the shelf, build them or buy them? Neo4j LLM Knowledge Builder is a great starting tool, and indeed, if you have a Neo4j graph database in the cloud, you connect it, upload the file, and you can start generating the graph and doing so. It's so easy, but look, the labels and the relationships, they're too generic for our use case. Less is more. In our case, what do we really need? We need categories, questions in categories, answers. We need menu items in sections with ingredients. So this is a very simple schema, right? What's your question?
Yeah, I have a question. My question is, can we build it?
Yes, we can, but tell me, what are my tools? You're asking me to build it, but what are my tools?
Yeah, so we have Python, which comes with batteries included. As you could see, Streamlit, Jupyter, and more. We have our LangChain framework. In addition to this, we have Neo4j, which acts as our vector store, and OpenAI, which comes up with the hypothetical questions and answers.
What are we building exactly? What's the template and blueprint?
Yep. We are building is demonstrated here by this data flow diagram. First, we have our source, which is the menu PDF. It's taken in by the pipeline where the chunking and embedding happens. And then the LLM turns it into menu items, ingredients, questions and answers, hypothetical questions and answers. As you can see, they're illustrated here. The nodes are in relationships. Then LangChain goes and takes these questions and ingredients and menu items and generates a knowledge graph in Neo4j, which allows our TrainSim app to show the questions and answers in a Jeopardy-style game to our waiter, and he can improve his memory retention and learn the menu.
All right. Who's done it before? A number of people on which foundation we're building, and we'll go through those acknowledgement, but suffices to say Thomas Brutanic, Philip, and as well as the very useful Neo4j graph builder documentation team. Thank you. Demo time, drum roll. So what are we doing here? We are looking at our Jupyter, which is our pipeline, notebooks, and the usual stuff. We need a connection to Neo4j, to OpenAI. We are using this nice library, PyMu PDF for LLM, which takes the PDF and finds the H3 sections, really nice. And then you can see those sections, categories are well identified. We're doing the plumbing as far as Pythonic classes that will take the output from LLM and will be primed and loaded. then we are using this cipher unwind. It will write the data, generate the knowledge graph, both for menu items as well as hypothetically generated Jeopardy questions with answers. And indices, they're important, right? Because we can do similarity search, and that's important ingredient for graph RAG, even though we're not doing graph RAG per se in this use case. Last but not least, we are doing, we need to create a page rank to identify the most important ingredients. And what are those ingredients? So let's take a look. Once we've identified the most important ingredients, we can have this Streamlit app serve that as a word cloud, right? Word cloud is usually the occurrences, but in this case, it would be PageRank. And sure enough, garlic and mozzarella cheese, tomato are the key ingredients with questions.
This salad features crispy garlic breadcrumbs and pecorino romano.
And answers.
Greek yogurt Caesar salad. This pasta option allows you to choose between extra virgin olive oil and garlic.
Then you have to learn
or tomato basil
as much as fast as possible. You can move on to, let's say, spinach,
broiled premium fillet of North Atlantic
and it will load the appropriate questions for the spinach.
Roasted garlic mashed potatoes and roasted asparagus.
Once it's finishing.
This pizza is made with fresh garlic, olive oil, ricotta cheese, mozzarella, romano, and sautéed spinach.
And the answer is?
What is the white pizza?
Thank you. I'll stop right now, and then I'm going to move on. Since, Daniel, you've learned everything about this menu, I want to test your knowledge.
Yep.
Go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah, so here we have our Jeopardy game on Streamlit. You can see the categories with the points associated for each question. And let's see, if we click on this one.
Which pizza is topped with pepperoni and house-made pork sausage?
You can see we have our text-to-speech, and the answer to this question is Joe's favorite pizza. And we've added 500 points to our score. So now let's try to answer this one.
This side dish is broiled and flavored with lemon and garlic.
But let's say we don't know the answer to this question. So you can see it subtracted the point value from our score. So in this way, you get feedback on which questions you got right or wrong in an interactive gamified format, and it helps with the memory retention of the server.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, that's the screen share. Back to you.
All right, let's resume our presentation where we stopped with the PowerPoint. And let me know, have we achieved our goal? Yeah, we initially we thought we could use graph RAG. Then did we use graph RAG in this solution?
Yeah, not really.
But you know, the business objective, what was the business objective?
That was to have an MVP, a minimum viable product.
And we need to enable to simulate the work experience. And sometimes once the data is loaded in Neo4j, it's good enough. And we, of course, can have another user asking questions that needs enrichment. But did your friend pass the test?
Well, he hasn't taken it yet, but he'll definitely use this game and it should help him to pass it, hopefully.
All right, we hope so too. And there is a saying, any solution is one question away. So question and answer time.
Yep. We have one question. Where can I find this code? So that would be on my GitHub. I can link that.
You can share it with the team. We can share that with in our acknowledgement and resources page.
Yeah.
Which we are going to share with the whole presentation audience. And we'll have one more bulletin here with our GitHub. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Which part of the work you were interested in?
I think it was the ingest. It was the ingest when the question was asked.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can. Should I just link that in the chat?
Side, yeah, on the ingest side, here again the prompt that we used. We're saying this is for Jeopardy questions. And the category comes into the systems, those 5-6 categories. And we said that to not generate question about the cost of menu, they were too boring. And then we decided to go with. And then the other prompt is for the menu items and ingredients that we used. Hopefully that answers.
Oh, there's a question in the chat as well. Great use of LangChain RAG and Neo4j for training simulations. Curious to know how scalable is this approach for other fields like healthcare or service industry in general? Yeah, it's the scalability would definitely have to be taken into account as we get more and more data. On Neo4j's end, we'd be all fine since you can handle all that data. But for our UI, I'd say we probably have to switch from Streamlit, right?
Also, Streamlit repaints the DOM all the time, so Angular would be a way to go. However, for example, this piece of code, it generates categories and questions, but it takes like 2 minutes per PDF, and that's not sufficient. We need to use async library, which thankfully are provided with LangChain. We're looking forward to use that.
Okay, and then there's another question if you want to read it in the chat.
Can you read it?
Oh, sure. Is the NoSim train project Excel file where you have the questions or something else, and how much interaction do you have with Excel? So I know I did not use Excel for this, but
yeah. So we took a report. I could see that why the question is coming up. We made a report out of Neo4j as a CSV, and we just wanted to look at all the questions that were generated. Yeah,
it's right there.
Yeah. Thank you. Those were good questions, and
yeah, thank you guys. All right, we got 1 minute left. Yeah, it's like I'll have to clean up the GitHub a little bit. Still have
Indeed. Yeah. How long did it take to make this project? Oh, that's a good question. So we started way back in July, and we started slowly, just interesting. So we work here and there, not too much with, but the good part is that LangChain has matured, and we saw it firsthand. So we definitely took advantage of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So we're at the time, it looks like. Thank you guys for tuning in and all the great questions. And all right. Now we leave the stage.
Have a good one. Bye.